I gotta go through this all over again. Alright, this is take two. Going through the guard build. I had a nasty interruption. So I must go through this once again. Goated, you are currently unmuted. You're the only one that's unmuted out this chat.
W.
So if you would like to say something, just know you will be in the stream if you have your audio shared.
Well, I'm not talking. I'm focusing on my game. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which is cool. Okay. So, I'm gonna backtrack. I'm gonna remake this build. This is what I would say a good comp play shot would look like. People make it differently. I can show you the typical way, but that's how I would. I'm gonna show you how to make both. Okay. So, a typical play shot, what they're gonna do, depending on who it is, everybody uses green yellow. Typical, same type of deal. What I would do is all speed, all acceleration. I would say close shot, gotta be on, boom, 3-point, yep. Pass, yep. Put in the defense, lateral quickness, steal, and then rebound. That puts you at 6 badges. I think that typically, this is what most people are doing. If they're not doing layup, they're gonna lower layup, put dunk up. But typically, this is what you're gonna get as your basis for any play shot. You get lateral quickness, defense, steal, and defensive rebound all the way up. Pass accuracy, ball handle all the way up. Midi 3 free throw all the way up, and then close shot, driving layup all the way up. So this is where you're going. This is like your starting point. After this, really becomes personal preference. I had to put it all on post fade. Yeah, you get 25, and then you can max out post, push at 25, 24, and then you could just drop this wherever. I feel like this is kind of typically what most people will be making their builds. It's around this. Now, for me, let's take away, put it back at 60. I feel like I don't need all those badges. I feel like I need a more dispersed. I like having defense on my builds, just in case the need ever happens. I feel like just having more defense wins you the game. But what I would do is I'll move my dunk up so I can finish better. And now it allow me now I have 26 to spread. So I bump up, I get 22 now. Boom. Play with it a little bit. 22. But and then 7 right there for defensive. Now I have 6. What I'll do, I'll either put it on finishing. Now I'll give you another badge, or you can like knock up your block some more. It's not gonna really do much. But for a badge, like loadout, if you want another finishing, which is kind of atypical of a player shot to have another finishing badge, it puts you a little bit in front of competition. I'll put it on limitless takeoff and then just do quick drops with it. Boom. Good for 2s. Good for 1s as a play shot. If you play 1s as a play shot, I wouldn't recommend it, but hey. So to get through,
Why did my player pass
the body shape really doesn't matter, but it does, but it doesn't. So body shape is how you look in the game, but it does help for certain animations. That's why people as big say get burly, because you take up more space. So while burly makes you take up more space, things like compact and solid and slight, thank you, those are the 3 that will lessen your hitbox. I've been playing Warzone, so yes, I'm using Warzone terminology too. So basically, when you're getting guarded, when you're small as well as when you're skinny, the perimeter lock or whoever's defending you, it's harder to clamp onto you. So you might have clamps on silver, gold, but sometimes you can't even stick them, and it's kind of annoying. But I'll recommend. I think the smallest one is slight, but compact and solid works. But slight minimizing your arms, and then like when people dribble through you, it's usually because of slight or compact. So I'll say go slight. Now for play shots in the comp stage, they like making their players small because most likely their builds are not getting to 99 because they're playing competitive people all the time. But me, I like getting my build to 99, so I'm gonna show you a build where you make it for 99 overall, or you can make it for like better off the rip. Like better, like when it hits 95, then it's ready to go when it's 95. So people typically will be like, you know, about 1.8 or lower. Just off physical height. If you want it to be just straight off physical, ready to go, without weight adjustment, you'll put it at 1.78. But typically it's around like 1.8 for the height. Like 1.82 and below is kind of what you're looking for. That's what people do, and then they'll drop their weight all the way, and they'll, you know, actually I think it's 1.8, yeah, 1.8. Then they people just drop their weight, and now at 95 with gym rat, of course, you will get 99 speed, 99 acceleration. But for me, I like making my players have height because for defense, I vary defense a lot. If you do drop, yes, you do get relatively higher steals, but it basically makes you incapable of grabbing a rebound unless you're running to the ball and blocking shots. That's why the P-lock has to go at main ball, especially your defense and lateral quickness are already low. So what I'll do is I'll put it, I think it's 1.87, and then boom. If you're playing for 99, once again, and get gym rat at 99, you have 99 speed and 99 acceleration. So you basically get the same thing as when somebody else is starting off. And at the end of the day, y'all still have the same stats. I feel like playing for 99 is more important because you can do more with the build. Like, I'm not the best player, but the builds, if somebody comp was using it at 99, it's like, there's nothing you can really do. Because it's more all around, you can do more with it. So, 73 weight is how I'll make it. So now you have a choice. As being a play shot, you're dropping your wingspan. The question is, how much is you dropping your wingspan? For me, if I was to do it, you know, this will be a typical play shot right here. All the way drop, no questions asked. Just get through the video, boom. But for me, I like looking at what it's really doing. So the ball handle, as you can see, it's only getting +1. It's only getting added +1 as soon as you hit 191. As soon as you hit 191, the ball handle's not moving. The only thing that's going to get adjusted is your 3, your midi, your finishing, and your defense. So the only thing that's going to be moving up positively is your shooting, and then your finishing and defense and rebound is going down. So if you don't care about those attributes, go minimum, but I kind of do, so I try to like play around with it. And yes, your stream does go up one with minimum wingspan, but it's not going to really save shit. So yeah, for me, I'm looking at it like, okay, when I'm looking at a build, I want to have the ability to drive better and things of that nature, and just have a better overall build. So if I'm looking at it, the only thing that changes from 187 to 191 is really your steal and your defensive rebound, and then your close shot. I would like to have my close shot, just me as a player, at least 80. I feel like it's a greater window to use, and also when you're in the paint and you gotta take a random layup into the shot clock, or you got somebody bopped and they have a contest from behind, whatever, they get them 20% contest. With an 80, it's gonna go in more often than with a 79. So what I'll do is I'll have it at 191. Yes, my 3 points 9 and 90s, but once you hit past 86, I believe that's still the same number from last year, 2K21. You will be able to green consistently when open, and as a play shot, if you know how to dribble, you will get open. So that's not really a question, as well as the fact that when you hit 96, overall you get a 93 regardless, which is pretty easy to hit. Without going to my career and stuff like that, if you're not trying to get to that 99 build grind. If you are going to 99, +4, so you have a 93 3-point and 96 midi, which is still overpowered as hell, as well as the fact you'll have an 84 close shot, 84 layup, and a 66 dunk, which is still really good for a play shot, like really good for a play shot. And you'll still be well into the 80s for steal. You will have like an 83, yeah. And then also because you're longer than and bigger than other play shots, if it comes down to it, you'll be able to grab the rebound, secure it. So to me, I'm looking at like all aspects of it. So this will be like the point. But if you were debating between just the two smallest ones, there's really no difference between the two other than the fact that the rebound changes. So if you were decide between minimum wingspan and the one before it, I'll just go minimum because you're not trying to get a rebound anyway, and it's only changing that. And the benefit of having a +1 to both your midi and 3-point is definitely more valuable. Once you hit 99, you have a 98 midi and a 95 3, so you shouldn't be missing at all, if open, at all. If so, that's really on 2K, lack of boost, or just terrible timing on your end. There's really like nothing else can be said. But if you're more skilled, I'll say 191, and it opens up more opportunities on the defensive side, as well as you can finish a little bit better. But for just generic comp and trying to get away, minimum. So I'm gonna do it with mine, 191, and it doesn't change if you were to drop it. You still get all the same takeovers. But yeah. If you're going 1s, 2s court primarily for those type of wagers, you shouldn't be taking play shot on the 1s for real. But if you are, power to you. But I would say shot created take. Shot created take will be the one for you. Opens up fading. You can fade at any level, and if you know, fades are one of the most unguardable things if you know how to time it. If you are good at fading, you'll contest unless the center's like good and can actually get in front of you. You're not getting over 10% contest for real, 15% tops, and with the right badges like blindness and deadeye, it's going in. So, and then with discard shots, it's going in. So shot credit take will probably be the best one, but for like a standard 3s court, pro-am, rec, sharp, spot up shooter, you get +10 to all your deep middies and your for middies and 3s, and also like because spot up shooter is spot up. If you have chef on, you can basically shoot as soon as you get past half court if you know your shot timing. You know, boom, catch and shoot, dead out, and like somebody hits you pass off a rebound, it's going in basically, unless you don't know how to time. Playmaking is not valuable at all, barely works. If you're like a actual like a playmaking type person who likes assisting their teammates, this is actually really good for that. You probably only need diamond or bronze to like really make a terrible shooter actually be able to green. Like probably this with bronze will help raise all their attributes +10 when they catch the ball. Slash and takeover, I will not do it. Your play shot, you only get two badges, two finishing on this build that I made. But it'll make the defense think a little bit different than how they guard you for sure. So depending on like what you're doing, I'll maybe do slasher for park. Makes them have to defend you like a slashing playmaker, but as a play shot. But overall, it's really between these two. For more comp, sharp spot shooter, but for like 1s, 2s, you can't go wrong with shot creator. They'll have to literally run around you for every screen after every ISO play. You can stun them with dribble pull-ups, spins. You can make them fall. It's a fun badge, and it's pretty effective, but it's the most effective for the comp. So let's say spot up shooter, and we have made a play shot. Steph, Darius Garland, Kyrie. Once again, don't really know who Darius really is. I know he played for Cleveland, but hey, he made it. Yeah, you. So let's talk about badges for this build. This has a little bit less than the badge. If you go back to the beginning of the video when I was looking at the stats, it's a little bit less than what a typical comp. This is how I would make it. They'll have like 2 or 3 more badges and like 2 more badges for this. I think it's 25 and 24. When they'll have 6 here, a typical like comp will be 1, 25, 24, 5 or 6, depending on who the player is. But because I made it a little different, I want to make it versatile. Let me take off silver. You can do quick drops. Quick drops is like the most unblockable dunk package in the game. Quick drops off 1. You can actually like jump from a distance. So it helps that out a lot, and then it adds to your gameplay. Everything I'm doing adds to your gameplay. Um, for shooting badges, blindness has to go on Hall of Fame. Hot Zone Gold. The reason I don't put this on Hall of Fame because it basically has the same amount of boost. It's like Hall of Fame, yes, it has more, but it's really marginal, barely. Yeah. Green Machine, Bronze, Deadeye, Bronze. You can move these up to Silver if you really want to, but Bronze is really what's like the most valuable at. Sniper, Hall of Fame. But if you really play comp, like real comp, you typically see them not have this on that high. Like if they're playing for wages. If it's not wages, then it doesn't matter. But wages, it'll probably be like Bronze, Silver. But for our purposes, you try to hit comp and just park all the way up, stop and pop all the way up, mismatch all the way up. But that's typically how it'll be, and then you can put this last badge on whatever your playstyle is best fit for. If you like to fade, difficult. If you want to be able to, like, when you're taking stuff or shoot a little bit farther away from the basket, open your green window just a little bit more. Chef, fading at 3. Circus, clutch is really good. Lucky number 7 is good for 2s and 1s primarily. Volume shooter is good. So corner specialist is good on. It's really up to you at this point. Catch and shoot good. But as a play shot, you shouldn't be catching and shooting. You should be a primary ball handler. But you know, people kick it out to you. Boom. So this is really up to your preference. I'm gonna just put it on clutch because once you hit 15, or once the other team hits 15, it's on forever. This is really conditional badge. This is a kind of conditional badge. This is conditional. This is conditional. This is conditional. Volume shooter, kinda. If you're the primary shooter, it's not, but it takes time to activate. But once it's 15, it's always gonna be a point where somebody gets to 15. Yeah, it's active at all times after that for every shot. So clutch shooter will probably be my go-to. Next, playmaking. Here's the. You gotta do silver gold. This is where you're gonna start off at. As a play shot, this is your bare minimum. Actually, kind of gold really is. And then this is kind of depend on your play style. If you really pass the ball, if you're kind of selfish, like be real, you know who y'all are. What I would say, I don't know what Ender Dragon is. I would have bullet passer at least on silver, minimum silver. And then after this is really on you. They kind of patch tight handles. It still activates, but the stun is not as bad or as long. So what I'll do, because it still pops up and you still get the stun, just so you can be able to get the stun, I'll put on bronze or silver. And then anything else is kind of your own personal preference. Bailout is a good bronze badge to have. Diamond's a good bronze. And then special delivery, you can do that. This is actually a really good badge spread. So if you're shooting or not, and you want to throw a decent pass out and have the person catching more than like 50%, I think it's without bailout, you can according to like 2K Labs, don't quote me, it's like 66.7. You can look it up. They have a video. Shout out 2K Labs. I think you could catch it if there's nobody like 66% of the time or 50%. It's like one of those two numbers. But with bailout, the number goes up, of course. And also for alley oops and stuff, you know, you have a big on your team, you should at least have it on bronze. But if it was me, I'll take this off. This is comp stage. Tight handles, you should be able to get open. You shouldn't need it, but you know, boom, just to have it. And then special delivery on goal. So you can help throw it down, or you can do it boom boom and then bullet passer, so you can get the ball moving as much as possible. Hold on, let me do this real quick. So I have to move them real quick. They be loud. So like, I'll either do it like this,
and then
or like this. Cause diamond, you shouldn't need to hide the bronze. You should they should have a decent shot. If not, diamond's still gonna be ineffective because they can't shoot regardless. It just gives them a little boost to the window, speed up the shot a little bit. Usually helps. But I'll do between this, because if you do a flashy pass and you can get people's takeovers, you know, power to you. If you get takeover, the game is over. So helping your big, Usually, it's the one who gets the takeovers in almost every other game. Helps you get rebounds more and more possessions, get more stops. Sometimes even score more. So like getting spread delivery, and it helps your takeover a little bit too. Not as much as the person on the receiving side of it. That's the one who passes. You still get good special. So this is a well-rounded one for 22 badges.
Wait, what account are you on?
And then lastly, defense. Usually you sit in corner, but if you're a corner sitter, interceptor, this chase down because it's the most mandatory bronze. And then really you can either hey, or if you're a corner sitter, but if you sometimes gotta go at ball at clamps. And then I would honestly do pick dodger, or I would just if you're guarding ball a little bit more than usual. If you're guarding ball a little bit more than usual, I mean him too, I'll be like,
no, I'm not
and then
though. That's the thing.
silver. Or if you trusting like you can get in front of him, I'll put it on gold.
Yeah, no.
Just so you can get some steals. Be able to stop them from shooting or lower their chances of shooting if they mistime it. Chase down when they drive. It gives you a shot, not a high percentage shot. Chase down is the best on bronze, or most valuable on bronze. Any other boost is not really needed, but it does help you get blocks, so that can be a game changer. Then clamps, it helps stick them better. Sometimes helps you pick up the ball. But if you're like really, if you had higher lateral quickness perimeter defense, you get away with silver. But since you don't, you know, have like 75 goals, and that's how I would do my badges for that. There's another way I make a play shot too, which I'll clip this and make a new video for. So stay tuned.